Lexington's new visitor center is open for business. The ribbon is cut on Phase 3 of the Parkside Apartments and breaking the bronze ceiling. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now. Lexington's Visitor Center has a new home in an old building, the newly restored historic courthouse. We spoke with VisitLex's Mary Quinn Raymer.
So VisitLex is the official tourism office for the City of Lexington, and we want to convince people from any walk of life that they are in need of or seeking out a wonderful Lexington experience. It could be a vacation, it could be families, couples, it could also be a meeting and convention or a motor coach, but we really want to drive tourism into Lexington, Fayette County. Today has been a very special day here at VisitLex. We unveiled our brand new visitor center, state of the art, located in the old historic courthouse, the heart of downtown, now known as Courthouse Square. We feel very honored and proud that we are being housed in such a beautiful building with such rich tradition and history. And we are super thrilled with the way that our space turned out. We believe we have a 21st century visitor center, a lot of nice modern amenities, and certainly some high-tech features that we will be using to entice people as they begin exploring the bluegrass. The old courthouse obviously served as a seat of government until the early 2000s, and then it had a couple of different iterations until 2012, and they realized the building was in need of serious repair, and at that point the building closed to the public. Since then, a tremendous renovation and restoration project has been underway, I guess in earnest, since 2016, and VisitLex, both our administrative offices and our visitor center, are now so happy to be housed under one roof and in this space. We also are sharing the space with wonderful neighbors. Breeders' Cup headquarters is here, as well as Limestone Hall, a special event space. And the cool thing about the event space is it showcases and highlights the beautiful rotunda dome that had been covered up since the 1960s. And then Weta Michael, who is a wonderful restaurateur here in town, is opening up both a restaurant and a bar on the same level as our visitor center. So we believe that in addition to being a beautiful historic building brought back to life, this will also be a strong economic hub for the downtown area. We believe that every great trip to Lexington should start in our visitor center. We've got an incredibly knowledgeable and friendly staff of visitor information specialists. We have over 140 different brochures, maps, and interesting pieces of marketing collateral for you to pick up and take with you. We also have many interactive and high-tech touch points in our visitor center. We would love for you to start your day here. We will help you come up with the perfect itinerary, whether you have 2 days or just an afternoon to spend. We can customize your travel experience for you. And we also have some really fun merchandise that you need. Of course, on any good trip, you take a souvenir home, and so we've got some great merchandise to sell as well. So we hope that people will start and stop their trips here in the downtown and at the Courthouse Square. And we also would certainly encourage locals to come in and especially bring their family and friends in when they're visiting from out of town.
The third and final phase of the affordable Parkside apartment development was officially opened in a ribbon-cutting ceremony. We were there for the festivities.
First of all, it is my pleasure indeed to welcome you to Parkside III. This is the third and final phase of our Parkside development here off of Cross Keys Road. Many of you may have remembered that this used to be the site of the Cabana Club originally. And from that, it was the YWCA for years until we bought it and created these 3 phases of affordable housing. I do see that one of our prime investor is here, who we've now done 16 projects with, and that's KHEC, the Community Affordable Housing Equity Corporation out of North Carolina. This is our 16th deal together, which is pretty amazing. Tammy Thomas of our construction and permanent lender from Cub Bank.
Since we funded our Affordable Housing Trust just 4 years ago, today Lexington has leveraged $101 million in private investment in affordable housing in our city. And that's with an investment of just $11.9 million by the city. That's a big deal. That's a it's a huge milestone. And of course, it includes right here, it includes Parkside investment right here in Gardenside. An infill development project that's having a really positive impact on the entire neighborhood. All you have to do is look around and see where we were. Holly, how many years ago was it?
I think it was like 8 years ago.
8 years ago when the first groundbreaking occurred. There are now 108 new affordable apartments right here in an area that was once neglected and blighted. An area that was a drain on the neighborhood is now an asset. And 108 low-income families and individuals have new, safe, affordable apartments. So I want to congratulate Holly and all of her team at AU Associates, and thanks to the many partners as well. We're going to hear from several of them. Our Affordable Housing Trust Fund, Rick McQuady's leadership, Kentucky Housing Corporation, and the private investors. Of course, we've still got a lot of work to do, Our city's challenged by affordable housing just like across our country. We see these challenges. But we are meeting those challenges with the help of everyone that's here today and many others in our city. So thank you all so very, very much. We're now at 1,358 families and counting.
I just can't say how this property has brought this area in the 11th district. It's given it so much life. So I remember more than a decade ago when I came on the council what this property looked like then, and it was like the worst by far in the 11th district. So thanks to Holly, who stepped up, I believe in 2010 and began this. And not only did it bring life to this area, but it helped so many people that really needed it. Affordable housing, as the mayor said, is extremely important to Lexington and across our country. But with Holly, she's our blessing to Lexington. So in more ways than just affordable housing. And I'm very grateful to her and AU Associates and everyone that's been involved in this project on behalf of my constituents that live here. So thank you.
I just want to welcome the residents to their new home. These are beautiful apartments, as I said, it has really transformed this neighborhood. And thanks to all the partners. And one of the key partners in all of housing in Kentucky, as well as in Fayette County, here is Kentucky Housing Corporation. And their attorney, who was the head of multifamily housing, is here today to speak to us. His name is Jeremy Ratliff, and he's done a great deal to assist us and work with us on this project. So Jeremy, if you'd like to say a few words, thank you.
Safe, affordable housing is the foundation for success in life. And so this represents much more than just 108 units of family housing in Lexington. Kentucky Housing was able to fund or allocate $393,581 of low-income housing tax credits to this project, which KHEC then did magic and turned into close to $3.8 million of equity in this deal. And as Rick talked about, affordable housing is not cheap housing, but it's affordable because of all of the partners that come to the table and allocate various resources to the project that allow it to have a low debt service so that it can remain affordable and still be feasible financially in the long term. And so we would like to thank the City of Lexington, who allocated home and trust fund to this project, Citizens Union Bank, who's the lender, KHEC, of course, who was the equity provider and purchased those tax credits we were able to allocate to it, and of course, last but not least, AU Associates, who's a great partner to Kentucky Housing as we work to try to address the affordable housing needs of the Commonwealth. Thank you.
When we return, breaking the bronze ceiling.
I'm Sergeant Randall Combs with the Lexington Police Traffic Unit. Accessible parking is a valuable and necessary resource for people with disabilities, and that includes the striped area next to accessible parking spots. These are access aisles, and it is illegal to park here, even if you have an accessible parking permit.
Access aisles are necessary for me to get into my vehicle. They are there because many of us need that space to use our ramps or to transfer into a wheelchair. It's frustrating when a car is parked in the access aisle because I don't have room to get into my van.
Police and Lex Park are writing tickets when they see vehicles parked in an access aisle, and the fine is $250. Know where and where not to park. Keep the access aisles clear. Thank you and drive safe.
Welcome back. Lexington recently unveiled Kachina, one of the few public statues in the city featuring women, part of a campaign spearheaded by the Breaking the Bronze Ceiling Commission, which was recently presented with $100,000 from the city to further their efforts.
For many of you that don't know what this initiative is, it's our campaign to erect a monument in 2020 to recognize the 19th Amendment of the ratification of the women's right to vote. And I think you all agree it's very, very important. On January 6, 1920, the Kentucky legislature ratified that amendment. Governor Morrow gave this message: a government of the people, by the people, cannot and does not exist in a commonwealth in which one half of its citizens are denied the right to vote. The women of Kentucky are citizens, and there is no good or just reason why they should be refused the full and equal exercise of the sovereign right of every free people, the ballot. I think that says it all. It really does. But people ask, why build a statue? And I think my answer is it's more than a representation. It's about sending a message to our young people, our young boys, our young girls, our daughters, our nieces, our aunts, our mothers, that we had a hand in shaping our history, and we need to be recognized for that. The good news is there's growing momentum. You know, we've seen it. We've seen the Me Too movement. We've seen just the acknowledgement that we are 52% of the population, and we exist. So that's evident right here in Lexington. Obviously, that's happened right here in our own community. But we need your help. We need public and private funding in order to achieve our goal. And now I would like to recognize the mayor, who's been a real help in that respect. He's got a very special presentation this evening that we've got right here for you, Mayor.
But it is a real honor, and I look so forward to the way in which you all are going through this, because I know you're thinking about this memorial, this statue, in a very thoughtful way, in a way that, as Jennifer said, is going to inform and educate and inspire so many young people. And I said people, young people, because it's men and women that will be inspired. So it is with that I will reach over here, and Jennifer has provided me with a real nice prop here. This represents, let me help, come on, this is a photo moment, so come right here.
Come on, where's my lady?
Yeah, come on, everybody come on up here.
I think that this is such a wonderful momentum and initiative, and we all deserve that. And it's interesting because when I was writing, or not writing, I never write anything, I always just go off the cuff. But I'm thinking about, you know, this is not just about us in the present. This is, like Councilmember Masadi said, this is about our children, our daughters, but it's about our mothers. It's about our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, and everyone in the state of Kentucky, especially in Lexington, that has contributed so much to the history, and we need to have that recognition. And in closing, I will say that Rosie Reviter, do you all know who she is? She was the kind of like the symbol of when men went off to war, the women came in and they made it happen. So, with that said, I'd like for all of you to make a muscle. And I want you to put your hand on that muscle. And when I say 3, I want you to say, we can do it.
There we go, wait a second.
Okay, okay, muscles out. All right, So when I say 3, we're all going to say, we can do it. 1, 2, 3. We can do it. There we go. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
The Division of Emergency Management has a message about how you can stay as safe as possible during an emergency, even if you require special assistance. John Bobel explains.
Hi, I'm John Bobel from the Division of Emergency Management here in Lexington. Here's a reminder so that you can make sure that you get all the necessary emergency alerts and warnings. There are lots of ways to do that. You can use your cell phone. You can sign up for many of the services that are available in the community for emergency weather alerts and warnings. Or you can sign up through our website, BeReadyLexington.com, for the Lex Alert service. The best way, however, is for everyone to have a NOAA weather radio. The newer weather radios will be programmed so that you get alerts just for Fayette County or Fayette County and the surrounding counties. They're easy to program. You can also get weather radios that have assistive devices built in with lights and bed shakers and other types of alerting devices so that you get the alerts when you need them. The radios are relatively inexpensive, about $30. They typically have battery backups, so even if the power goes out, you'll know what's happening in the weather throughout your community. A NOAA weather radio is your best defense for getting caught unaware of emergency situations and dangerous weather. So remember, a NOAA weather radio, it's easy to get, it's easy to set up, and it's the best way to get emergency alerts. For more information about emergency preparedness, visit our website, BeReadyLexington.com. You can call us at 859-280-8080 or email us at dem@lexingtonky.gov. I'm John Bobel from the Division of Emergency Management here in Lexington. And I want to introduce you to a new service we have called Deaflink. Deaflink provides signed emergency warnings to the deaf and hard of hearing community, as well as blind and other people who use assisted devices to hear messages. Deaflink provides emergency weather warnings, evacuation orders, and other sorts of emergency alerts to the community. All you have to do is to go to our website, BeReadyLexington.com, and register for the Deaflink service. It's easy to do. Once you register and indicate what type of alerts you want to get, the alerts will automatically come to your email address, or you'll get an emergency text message. The alerts will come to you in forms of an email and also a video file that shows the signed alert along with the closed caption message for the alert. This is important, especially for weather events like tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and in the wintertime, severe weather or blizzard alerts. We hope you'll take a look at the Deaflink service. For more information about the Deaflink program, you can call us at 859-280-8080, or you can email us at dem@lexingtonky.gov.
There are several meetings on our televised schedule this week, beginning with the Council Work Session meeting on Tuesday, the Courthouse Area Design Review Board on Wednesday, and the Council meeting on Thursday. These meetings will be live on Channel 185 and on our live stream, and you can find any televised meeting archived at lexingtonky.gov/LexTV, or find our other programming here or on our YouTube channel, LexTV. That's all for this week. Keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at LexTV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.